There is a reason for that. And that is why in Nigeria, we need a man of conscience who is experienced, who might even be from the old cadre, but has made up his mind that he wants a new Nigeria. If you're expecting a younger person to come in the midst of these sharks, they will swallow him up. And I'm telling you, an Obama can come to Nigeria and will not win election. Not because people will not vote for him, but they will steal it from him. So what we have now in Nigeria is that we have a system that needs to be fought, that needs to be taken out.
Can you trust the people we are seeing in that video? That the new wave of Nigerian politicians that are going to cause change? Because if some people have said Nigerians rejected PDP,
yes,
you are saying Nigerians no longer like APC, but these are combination of the two parties.
Okay, now let's look at it this way. Assuming an Atiku comes into power, assuming, and takes us back to the Obasanjo years, he would have been a hero. He would have paid up all our debts. He would not acquire new debts. He would have made sure there's no security problem all around Nigeria. He was the vice president. I'm just using him as an example because he's the only person that has been in the presidency from 1999. Assuming he can even take us, because it is the terribleness of the successive government that keeps beatifying the predecessors. I never knew any government would be worse than Buhari's government. I must be very honest with you.
Are you saying that the Tinubu government is
the worst in the history?
You are aware that there are those who are saying that the chairmanship, the pro tem chairman is a southern man. It means that there's a likelihood that the new coalition candidate, presidential candidate, might come from the north.
I have said it clearly. Nobody is going to stop anybody from contesting for the presidential ticket in the coalition. Nobody.
So an Erufai can be a candidate
if he wants to.
Atiku can be a candidate.
Yes.
Even when there is a Buhari of 8 years, Bola Tinubu of 4 years.
And that is
would that be a balance in the minds of Nigerians?
No. Let's come. That is why I am going to support after this time around 1 term for any executive position, 1 term of 6 years, because these two.
That was Kenneth Okonkwo, the former spokesperson of the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, defending his new boss, if you like, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, as a better candidate who can be able to defeat Bola Tinubu in 2027 and diminish the chances of Peter Obi, the younger person, to be able to defend the votes. Now, while he has not yet come out frontally to start campaigning for Atiku, this is his best effort so far to expose his leaning towards Atiku Abubakar. You know that when he resigned from the Labour Party, Kenneth Okonkwo did say that Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and Bola Tinubu should withdraw from the 2027 presidential contest. That they call them the part of the old guard, that they should give way for younger people or other people. Now, many thought he was serious, but some of us who operate in the media space were curious to know what motivated him. Then out of the blue one day, he shared it on his Twitter handle that he just had a fruitful discussion with former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. That they had a fruitful discussion. He was ecstatic from the way he sounded on the Twitter handle. In that excitement, he uploaded pictures they took there. And I was wondering, what does it mean that the meeting he had with Atiku Abubakar was fruitful? Because if your meeting with Atiku Abubakar was fruitful, it means that Atiku Abubakar has agreed to step down, because you are saying that all of them should step down, they should not contest, and you had a meeting with Atiku Abubakar. If the meeting was fruitful, it means that Atiku has agreed to step down. Alas, that was not what happened. In fact, it is now obvious that it was Atiku that wooed him to his own side, instead of him being able to convince Atiku to withdraw from the race. Atiku now sold to him the reason why he, Atiku, should be in the race. And he bought it, hook, line, and sinker. And that was exhibited in the interview you just watched. Here he packaged Atiku Abubakar as the only person who can defeat Tinubu, and not Peter Obi, the younger person. It was clear. But what he failed to remember was that this same Atiku contested in 2019 against an incumbent Muhammad Buhari. Even in that election, it was widely believed that it was rigged. How well did Atiku defend that vote? Didn't Atiku run to Dubai after that election in 2019? Didn't Atiku run to Dubai after that election? In fact, there was an interview by Bode George, who was talking about, who was alleging that Atiku ran to Dubai, saying that his life was under threat. I'll put the link of that interview of Bode George, where he said that Obasanjo was asking after Atiku after the election. And Bode George said that he learned that he ran to... Obasanjo said that he's going to find out why he has not been seen Atiku Abubakar. Bode George said that Atiku Abubakar ran to Dubai, said that he was afraid of his own life. I'm going to put the link of Bode George's revelation of that story in this video, so that you can go and verify. Because he was talking about, Okonkwo was talking about somebody who can defend the vote. He was saying that even if you bring Barack Obama contest the election, it's not that people will not vote for him, but he will not win among the sharks. So Atiku Abubakar, who is the old guard he was talking about, that it doesn't matter if the person is of the old guard. What we need is somebody who can be able to take the country back to the Obasanjo years, clear our debts, and all that story he was talking about. But Atiku was defeated in 2019. He did nothing. He rigged out. What did he do differently? Has Okonkwo taken him to tax for not defending that vote of 2019? But he was busy literally insulting Peter Obi that he didn't defend the votes after 2023 election. Even when he, Okonkwo, was part of the legal team that went all the way to the Supreme Court. All the way to the Supreme Court. What other kind of defense do you need of an election than what Peter Obi did? And what else do you expect Atiku will do if he's defeated in 2027? How is he going to defend the vote? What is he going to do different from what he did in 2019 when he was defeated? Or what he did in 2023 when he was defeated? What else did Atiku do different from what Peter Obi did after 2023 election that makes him to be a better defender of votes than Peter Obi. You understand the picture? Because when he say it like that, you give the impression that Atiku Abubakar somehow have mileage in defending of votes. Atiku has no history of defending any vote better than what Peter Obi did in 2023. Atiku lost in 2027 election, 2007 election, sorry, in which Yar'Adua defeated him. What else did he do that was different from what other people do when they are defeated? What else did he do? He was defeated in 2019. He was defeated in 2023. What else did he exhibit that show he's a defender of votes? That if you vote for him, he will defend the vote. That Peter Obi will not defend the vote. It doesn't make sense as far as I can see it. Because that's one of the things he's selling out. And that was one of the things he was critical of Peter Obi, that he didn't defend his vote. But he has not truly told Nigerians why he's mad with Peter Obi. If he comes to defend the vote, I don't think there is anybody that can say that Peter Obi didn't defend his vote. It is the Nigerian people that ought to defend their votes the way they ought to defend their votes. It's not Peter Obi to do. Peter Obi did the legal things by taking the matter to the court, right up to the Supreme Court. Okay, and another issue that he's talked about is that Atiku Abubakar somehow will be in a position to take us back to the Obasanjo years. It means that even himself is not looking forward. If what you want is to be taken back to the Obasanjo years, then you are not wishing this country well. This country ought to have passed the level of Obasanjo time. And even if you look at Atiku's rule in Obasanjo's administration, it wasn't salutary. We know his history of Atiku Abubakar, the alleged corruption and all that characterized that administration, particularly in reference to Atiku Abubakar himself. If you are in doubt, go and read Obasanjo's book, My Watch, what he said about Atiku Abubakar. And Atiku Abubakar has not challenged him over the content of that book. Instead of Atiku Abubakar is more concerned in even going to Obasanjo, begging him to support him. And in the last election, Obasanjo ignored him and supported Peter Obi. So that angle of that Obasanjo, Atiku is going to bring back the Obasanjo years makes no sense. And then the angle that Atiku Abubakar is a better defender of votes makes no sense, because Atiku has history, serious history of losing election. He didn't defend his votes any better than any other person in Nigeria. And in 2019, according to Bode George, he ran away out of fear for his own life to Dubai. I'm going to put the link of that story on this video. Okay? And so it's really neither here nor there. And then he talked about, you can see how he dismissed the zoning arrangement. That his defense of the zoning arrangement has been the defense of the zoning arrangement by the Atiku camp. That thing he did by saying that that zoning is immaterial as far as the coalition is concerned. Anybody can contest. Atiku can contest. El-Rufai can contest. Anybody can contest. And Shehu Okumbale reminded him that it would not be nice in the eyes of the public after after Buhari did 8 years and the power is supposed to come to the south, and Tinubu has just done 4 years. He dismissed it. That's the kind of dismissal you see in the camp of Atiku Abubakar right now. That it's the same material. That what matters now is only when it comes to their own political interest of Atiku. Then nobody thought zoning means nothing. But it was the same zoning that made Atiku to defect from PDP to APC in 2015, before 2015 election. They say it was supposed to be the turn of the North. Atiku jumped ship and moved to APC. Unfortunately for him, he was outsmarted by Tinubu and Buhari. He was outsmarted there. That time, it was interesting to have a zonal arrangement to remind that it was not supposed to take over power from Jonathan. In 2011, Atiku Abubakar joined the group that was saying that Jonathan supposed not to contest that election, that it was the turn of the North. By that time, Atiku believed in zoning. And he was able to outsmart Babangida, General Guzo, Kwara State Governor then, that is Bukola Saraki, and they merged the Northern Consensus candidate that challenged Goodluck Jonathan for the PDP presidential ticket, and he lost. By that time, it was good to talk about zoning. But you can see Kenneth Okonkwo has become his megaphone in trumpeting that zoning is a material in this. Is all we need is somebody who can defeat Tinubu. It doesn't matter where he comes from. That is the sing song now. It doesn't matter. But it's interesting that Peter Obi said recently when he visited some youth groups in Abuja that 2027 may be his last presidential election campaign, because after that it will no longer be the turn of the South. So Peter Obi is conversant with the fact that this is supposed to be the turn of the South. And many people rightly believe that it's supposed to be the turn of the South. But Kenneth Okonkwo, dancing to the tune of Atiku Abubakar, after having told the man to step aside all this while, and after the meeting he had with the man, he's now singing a new song, supporting that they should throw the presidential ticket of the coalition open. And I can tell you for free, if they throw it open, already you will see that Atiku Abubakar will pick it. Like Dele Farotimi said the other time, he can't imagine that the present set of leaders in Nigeria would like somebody who is clean, like Peter Obi, to be able to emerge as the person they will build the coalition around, which is what it ought to be. So they know what the game they are playing. And Kenneth Okonkwo is playing that role. And if you watch the whole interview, you see that the way he was talking about Peter Obi in a condescending way, when Okumbale was asking him about whether Peter Obi betrayed him. Now, this is an issue that he ought not to have answered. He ought to have learned from Ojo Sokalo when Okumbale was leading him towards that position. But he was excited. He even said that Peter Obi called himself Jesus Christ. That he's now referring to himself as Jesus Christ. That's why Peter Obi was saying that he betrayed him. Peter Obi never said that he is equating himself with Jesus. He only used that as an example, that if Jesus, the Son of God, can have people who are working with him, one of them betrayed him. Who is he, Peter Obi, that has millions of followers that will not have one or two persons betray him? It didn't mean that he equated himself with Jesus. But Kenneth Okonkwo was in that interview. If you go and watch it, I'm not recommending the interview for you, but if you go and watch it, you will see that he was saying that Peter Obi was equating himself with Jesus Christ. That's not true. That's misinformation and disinformation. I don't know what to think about Kenneth Okonkwo's assertion that only Atiku Abubakar can be able to defeat Tinubu. He can be able to defend the vote. But Atiku Abubakar has serial losses in which he didn't defend the vote better than any other person. He followed the due process, go to court, and that was the end of the matter. What else will Atiku do beyond what others have done? Beyond what Peter Obi, and even he, Atiku, did in 2023, when INEC said that it was Tinubu that won the election. I don't know what to think about this. What is your position on Kenneth Okonkwo claiming that only Atiku can defend votes against Tinubu and not Peter Obi or any other younger candidate, even when Atiku will be over 80 years old by 2027? What is your view on this? Let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.